At 7 minutes past 3, Nightbeat looks at the top video hits in the ITV chart show. But now, Mariella Frostrup reviews the latest film releases on video in the Little Picture Show.
Hello there. Well, firstly, don't you just love Daniel Day-Lewis? If not, it can only be because you haven't yet had the pleasure of witnessing him in matinee idol form as an adopted Mohican in 1757's New York colony. Last of the Mohicans did great business in the cinema last year, and I'm sure I won't be the only person to take advantage of its video release and see it again. Forget all the stuff you may have read about it being another intense look at Native Americans. Last of the Mohicans is a historical romantic epic, and as such should be judged on entertainment value alone. And this it most certainly provides, as we see Day-Lewis hooking up with the daughter of a British general when he rescues her and her sister from an ambush and escorts them to the fort where their father is being besieged by the French. Then there follows an epic battle for love and honour with Daniel's sweetheart Madeleine Stowe making a beautiful willowy heroine with her heart in the right place. Magua is the nasty Huron war captain intent on the death of anyone with blighty blood coursing through their veins, and the stage is set for one of the most entertaining period epics I've seen in years. And I have here in the studio British actor Steve Waddington, the oafish British major who bids for the hand of the beautiful Cora along with our leather-stockinged hero. Now, the character that you played, Major Duncan Hayward, is a bit of a pain in the bum, really, isn't he?
No. Yeah, he is. He is. I mean, the audience, no doubt, are going to, I mean, probably a lot of people have actually seen it, but on video, when they see it, they will dislike him because he stands in front of what people want. I mean, people want Cora and Hawkeye to get together. They're in love, we can see this. And this idiot's kind of standing in the way and getting in the way. So, yeah, he's not a likeable character, although I think
he
Michael
redeems himself.
Absolutely, at the end. We won't go into that, but
You think Michael?
I think Michael, the way he wrote, or adapted rather, the part of Hayward, as you say, redeeming himself at the end, it kind of gives him a full character, and you do understand why Hayward. I mean, he's totally in love with Cora. The social conditioning at the time said that, you know, I mean, there's no doubt about it, he's gonna marry Cora. They've grown up together. He just presumes that they're going to get married. All of a sudden she falls in love with someone else. He can't believe it. All of a sudden he's got an emotional dilemma, which is, you know...
Alien to him.
Absolutely.
Duncan, do something.
He knew the penalty for his actions. He ought to pay without sending you to beg.
You know he wouldn't send me. You falsely spoke of what you saw. What happened at the farm was as Nathaniel said.
But not with enough certainty to outweigh British interests in this fort.
And who empowered these colonials to pass judgment on England's policies in her own possessions and to come and go without so much as a by your leave?
They do not live their lives by your leave. They hack it out of the wilderness with their own two hands, burying their children along the way.
You're defending him because you've become infatuated with him.
Duncan, you are a man with a few admirable qualities. But taken as a whole, I was wrong to have thought so highly of you.
Cora!
Did you have to go and sort of train with the army or do anything like that?
Yeah, first we went to Alabama, Daniel and myself and the 3 Central Indians, Eric, Russell and Wes.
But that was to train for, like, guerrilla warfare or something, wasn't it?
And we were firing live ammunition and, you know, rowing the boats and rock climbing, horse riding, sword work and everything. It was very intense, very good, great education.
How long did you spend training for all those things?
I did 2 weeks. I think Daniel was training about 6 months, probably a lot more than that, actually, because he was working out and getting this great physique together, which he achieved.
Lucky you didn't have to, because you just wore a uniform throughout.
That's right, I could get away with it, you know, I could drink and eat and do anything. Daniel had to kind of bear his...
Was it actually a really enjoyable film to make?
A lot of people didn't have a great time on it because it was quite grueling. The locations were difficult. I mean, there were edges of cliffs over here if you weren't careful. You know, there's all sorts of things to look out for, snakes, the wildlife. But I loved that. I mean, for me, it was an adventure in itself, you know. I'd love to make another action-adventure movie because you do, I mean, everything you have to contend with in the film, you actually have to do it. You know, there's no, although some of the stunts, most of the stunts are performed, I mean, the very dangerous ones are performed for you. But you do have to do a lot of it yourself. I love all that, personally.
I think it's fair to say that you haven't really been that lucky in terms of your women or in fact, your life in the movies you've made so far. Do you think this is going to be a sort of recurring problem for you?
I hope not. I don't know. It's strange. I've been killed in everything I've done, more or less, you know. And have I got the girl? I've never had the girl. Get me a part where I can get the girl and just survive. I just want to survive.
It's a tragic tale. The man, he just wants a nice girl and he wants to live through a film. One of the only directors watching. Please,
Yeah,
Stu Waddington, thank you very, very much.
Pleasure, thank you.
Stay alive, no matter what occurs. I will find you. No matter how long it takes, no matter how far. I will find you.
Well, the movie definitely brought out all my worst instincts, like sitting there shouting at the TV, urging Daniel to murder the baddies, save the day, and, of course, get the girl. Last of the Mohicans is exciting, riveting, and thoroughly enjoyable. In fact, after the show, I'm off home to watch it again. And in the first of tonight's competitions, we're giving away copies of the luscious Last of the Mohicans to anyone who can tell me who wrote the book on which the film was based. Was it A, Nathaniel Hawthorne, B, James Fenimore Cooper, or C, Mark Twain? Bring your answers in on 0891 66 4455 and you'll come up against some stiff competition from me. And now on to last week's competitions. Firstly, you all knew that Forever Young is Mel's latest movie at the cinema, so these 10 winners get Loaded Weapon t-shirts. And secondly, the bumper package of True Life dramas go to these 5 winners who knew that James Earl Ray's trial was reenacted on TV recently. Another timeless piece